The second stop on the US indoor swing is the ATP World Tour 500 event held in Memphis, Tennessee. A big favourite of the US players with its hometown feel. It's no wonder then that this venue so often sees the stars producing their best.
Memphis is fun. It's one of the last tournaments that's actually at a tennis club. You know, there's a more intimate feel. It's a very southern feel, which I enjoy. It's a great change up from playing in the massive arenas all the time. So it's got its own feel. It's fun.
And Andy Roddick certainly enjoyed last year's event, producing one of the shots of the season against Milos Raonic on championship point.
I didn't see it when I hit it, and I didn't see it land. I just heard the crowd, and I looked up at Milos, and he kind of was actually smiling a little bit, which is odd. But it was just one of the shots. Probably more lucky than good.
It's a small, intimate event. It's held at a clubhouse, so really it's fun for us. It's easy, and it really just changes up everything from having all these big events that we go to, the Grand Slams and the Masters, and just makes it a much easier event that we can enjoy at the same time. And I obviously play well there, so that's great for me as well.
Memphis is a really unique tournament. It's the biggest tournament for indoors in the States, and growing up on fast courts, I'm obviously a fan of the indoor tournaments, and also it's being in the South, and I grew up in Louisiana, and I was in Memphis a few times playing some Southern events whenever I was growing up, so it's actually a pretty comfortable place for me.
Well, Memphis is kind of like that home style, like home cooking type event. Even closer proximity. The hotel's right across the street. The club's real nice. The fans get real close to you on the court, and it feels real nice to play there because you kind of develop a rapport with the fans over the years.
The USA's Sam Querrey beat countryman John Isner in the 2010 final in front of a packed house. It was a victory against his longtime friend and rival that Querrey still treasures.
Anytime you win a tournament, it's going to be fun. It's going to go down as kind of one of your favorite tournaments. So it was great to get a title there, and it's just fun for me every time I get to go back and play on the center court there.
Well, it's the first big 500 event for me this year. With the way the ranking's set up, it's important to perform well. Each of those 500s are really important. So beginning of the season, always like to get off to a good start. So really looking forward to performing well.
The Memphis Racket Club has seen its fair share of legends grace its corridors over the years. So just what is the big draw for some players of playing indoors at the start of the year?
Well, maybe the fact that you don't have to worry about wind and sun helps you in the sense that you can take the ball earlier and time it better. So I always was pushing for a major indoors, so I thought I'd be like, that would be my thing. Like, is there any way you can make the Australian Open indoors? And actually, they were the first major that had a roof over their head. And ironically, the last year I played there, the match I lost in the quarters, I played indoors. So I thought I had it right the way I wanted. So that didn't pan out as expected.
Memphis is cool. I normally play at night there, so for me it's kind of waiting around all day to play, and then maybe a little Corky's barbecue afterwards or something like that.
But there was no Memphis victory for Andy Roddick this year. The defending champion was beaten in the opening round. Next week on ATP World Tour Uncovered, presented by Rio, aiming for the top, we join Andy Murray on a trip to the world's tallest building in Dubai. And still determined to be the best, we speak to 16-time Grand Slam champion Roger Federer. Don't forget to log on to atpworldtour.com for your 24/7 breaking news, and talk with us on Facebook and Twitter. See you next week.